I'm gonna start with this because I'm going somewhere because you look fabulous. How's your family?
You. My family's pretty great.
Okay, I'm gonna focus on your daughter right now because
Okay.
she just was on the runway. And do y'all talk about fashion? Because you always look fabulous.
Fashion is a big topic in the household, especially now.
Yeah.
And I take serious notes from her.
Did she?
Solicited or unsolicited.
I was gonna say, my 9-year-old son is just the shade he can throw.
Right.
Casually is
But you kind
funny.
of listen. It is funny, and you kind of go, oh, maybe they're right. Like, this doesn't go with that, and this is not flattering. Or
But he's been doing this since he was 7.
Right. Yeah.
So in a 7-year-old, it really, well, it tells you what I look like on the daily. I think it's a good indication. But she helped you with the Met Gala, right?
Oh, yeah. So this is a funny story. A few years ago, I can't remember how many. I can't remember anything ever all the time.
Mommy brain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or menopause. All the above.
Just Adam did those two beautiful worlds together.
It's over. So, yeah, was going as Michael Kors's guest, and really fancy designer, beautiful options. I had 2 options. I showed my daughter the pictures, and she was like, definitely that one, Mummy, definitely, that's the best one, I love it. Yeah. And she just happened to FaceTime me while I was on the, that was the dress I wore.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful dress, and I felt really good in it. Just happened to FaceTime me on the way in the car with Mr. Michael Kors himself, and said, you wore the wrong dress. For him to hear. And anyone with a creative bone in their body, they're very sensitive people. We're artists. We get to.
Like, both dresses were right. Did he say that?
Well, yes, but I could see that it might have meant something to him. But the ending of the story is a good ending in that I wore the dress that Kai wanted me to wear another time. So I got to wear them both dresses. The only difference is it came with the cape, and I took the cape off. I asked for it to be removed because it felt like too much high drama. And then, and Kai was like, you needed the cape.
I was gonna say, why? It's your moment to be a superhero and you take the cape off? I love a cape.
Yeah.
Literally, if I go into a styling thing, which I do not like clothes like most people, I'm just very basic. And when I go in and it's got a cape, I'm like, for sure.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
I am a chicken, it turns out, and tend to go as understated. That was at the Venice Film Festival. I was a jury member, and I thought, be understated, and it was a mistake.
Maybe take her advice and shine. Don't be understated. Just shine so bright.
Well, this is the thing. Now I take serious. I listen.
Did you at least keep the cape part?
Probably.
Damn
not.
it. Okay, I was like, that would have been great for something else.
Maybe I could do it again and make one or something.
Next time I see you in a cape, I'm gonna cheers. So speaking of beauty and fashion, how are things with your company, Stripes Beauty, right?
Oh, yes, thanks for asking. Stripes Beauty, we're 3 years since launch, and it's a company that is built for women going through perimenopause and menopause and beyond, or anyone who has dry skin or sensitive skin, from scalp to down there. We need lubrication everywhere, ladies. And we've just launched a new product that is literally flying off the shelves. It's called Rich and Tight.
Did you say rich and tight?
Yes. Okay. Good little oxymoron there.
Okay.
But deeply hydrating and firming at the same time.
Yes.
And it's very hard to achieve both those things at once, all in one product. So, and we've got incredible reviews.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's just so many jokes, Naomi.
Reimagined.
Okay, you have a new Ryan Murphy project out right now. It's called Love Story.
Yes.
So what drew you to this?
Well, Ryan Murphy, it's all in that, his name, because I've worked with him 3 times before. It's been a successful experience. He told me what this was. I was like, oh my God, a lump in my throat. Jackie Kennedy to play her.
No big deal.
No big deal. High level pressure, but if he thinks I can do it, I have faith, because despite all the self-doubt and the panic swirling around in my mind, I thought, if he believes I can do it, I probably can manage my way through. And I read the episodes. I'm only in 3. It's really concentrating on the love story between Carolyn Bessette and JFK Jr., a story that we're endlessly fascinated with.
Yeah.
And Jackie appears at the beginning of the show. And yeah, so it was a big undertaking. Once I got past all the anxiety, did the hard work, put hours on the clock for, you know, the voice.
That's
that
the
we
thing,
all
like
know and remember well.
It's pretty particular as well. That was a look at her new series, Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. It's on Hulu and FX. So you were pretty respectful of the family. Were you all very mindful of that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a family who's lived with a lot of tragedies. So it was important to the whole team to treat it with great respect. And yeah.
Yeah.
Not sensationalize in any way.
And we were talking, almost like more of the real story rather than the tabloid story, like what was sold all the time. Yeah, I like that as well. We were talking about this in the break. You do an incredible job. She has a very, like as a singer, like I hear people's voices all the time.
Yeah.
She had a very particular,
very specific,
vibe.
And this was a lot of the fear was about that.
How did you had a dialect coach or something?
Absolutely,
You had somebody,
Jerome Butler, who I'd worked with many times, fantastic dialect coach. But it wasn't just the dialect, which was a combination of different regions with some influences, even European influences. She spoke several European languages.
Which I think is why her accent was so unique.
Yeah. And French background as well. And then also living in Boston and New York. And so there were many on-ramps that gave me, you know, ways in to sound like her. But it's not just the dialect, it's the sound of the tone, the timbre of the voice. And she had a lot of sing-song in her pitch and something you would know about.
It was melodic, yeah. No.
Yeah, melodic is the right word, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Are there any words or phrases that would help you kind of get into it?
Well, I mean, I could have a stab at one particular.
Okay, do it. I love that I'm like, dance, monkey. I'm like, why?
I'm not
I'm so sorry
I'm not
putting
good
you
at Johnny on the spot. But,
no.
But like, I just remember her saying, there'll be many other great presidents, but there'll only be one Camelot.
Oh my God. It's like even how you stretch your mouth. And
yes. There was like just a lot of warmth and relatability, like inviting you to listen carefully.
A great storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And smiling always.
That's what I meant. Your mouth is like wide and smile. Yeah.
But then, you know, she could do a quip, you know, like, hats off at the table, please.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Very serious.
And in 1 second, everyone sits up straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Mom. So what were you surprised to learn about Jackie? Because I know a lot of things are said about her, and there's a lot to kind of figure out and find in Google or whatever, but what was surprising?
Well, I think we remember her grace and her strength and her, the way she handled grief, the most tragic day, and other tragedies, having lost babies. And so we knew her as being this strong, elegant, graceful person that when dealing with the death of her husband, was able to help a whole nation grieve together as a collective spirit. And so we remember that. But what I didn't know about her is that she was a really, like, fantastically smart woman who was a voracious reader and had really quite a lot to do with her husband being the man who he was. An unbelievable support. And then also being incredibly warm and funny, like a little bit of mischievous humor that came through. She would crack a joke here and there. So those were some good surprises that were fun to latch on to.
Yeah, fun to play.
Fun to play.
Well, before we go to break, congrats on your recent star on the Walk of Fame.
Thank you.
I saw Jack Black. Because here's my question about this picture. I haven't seen all the pictures of it, but this is when I saw this and I was like, because they make you, we're all dolled up and they're like, can you lay down? And I'm like, bitch, do you see this dress? And these heels? I was like, what do you lay down and I do it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But like, I love that he did it for you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I ended up doing it too.
You
but
did?
yes,
Okay.
Jack Black on brand, pulling a move like that.
Yeah.
Like just.
I love him so much. He is the most kind, like, what a guy to have in your corner.
Yeah, really, really a special person.
Was that like a moment for you? Like, did you?
It was really, I was really taken by it. It was very special and very moving. I was sort of just panicking all the way up to it. And then in the actual moment, you look around and you're reading the words that you've prepared. And it's just like, how often does that happen?
And you look at the other people on it and you're like, I always go, how am I here?
It wasn't that long ago that I was like grinding away, trying to, you know, audition for a million different things and getting told, no, absolutely not. And then something like that happens. It was a pinch me moment.
And then you get a calendar layout from Jack Black. It's like, nice. Welcome back. Naomi Watson's hanging with us, y'all. In her latest series, she stars alongside our next guest in his first big Hollywood role. He is playing John F. Kennedy Jr. in the new Ryan Murphy series, Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Please welcome Paul Anthony Kelly. First talk show, like officially.
This is my first talk show.
Oh my God. I feel blessed. I heard you also, this is even cooler, you just became a dad.
I did.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Are you tired?
A little bit, yeah. That's like an understatement, for sure.
I know, they don't sleep for a minute, and it's super fun. No, I also wanted to start with this. So is it true you were about to quit before you got this role? I hear that, I've been doing this for a minute, right? And like 7 years, and it's like, I've actually heard that story so many times. Like great actors that you're like, oh my God, you're on the cusp of like not continuing, and then a role
me too,
kind of
by
happens.
the way. Add me to the list.
I know it happens a lot. So
I just didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Well, how about you?
No fallback plan. Yeah.
Move home to Canada and figure it out, but.
What was kind of you've been trekking at it for how long?
Yeah, I'd been going at it for like 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just getting to the point where I was auditioning a lot, wasn't really moving forward with anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, cool, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And then I had this wonderful opportunity come in my email and did a tape.
It's hilarious that you go from nothing to playing John F. Kennedy.
You know, I thought there would be like a little bit more of a ladder to
maybe
climb,
like a step or two,
totally,
but just like, nah.
Straight into the deep end.
Sink or swim, buddy. It's like, and man, you've been swimming. It's really good. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's so good. Yeah. What was your audition like though?
I did the tape, heard nothing, just went about my life, pondered going back to Canada. Asked me for another tape several months later. 20 minutes after that email, I got another email saying it was just going to go straight to producer session on Zoom, which oddly enough was on my second-year wedding anniversary. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The next day, I got a call from my agents that they wanted to see me for a chemistry read with Sarah Pigeon, who plays Carolyn Bessette. She was already cast.
Yeah.
Following week, I flew down to LA for a chemistry read. There was chemistry there. We did a screen test the following day, and
here's the question. When you go for the chemistry read, are you the only one there going for the chemistry read?
No, it was myself and like 5 other gentlemen also reading for the role. So you're like, you're in a room with everybody else.
Look at each other.
And
oh my
like,
God.
hey, you too?
That's
Okay.
the worst.
But you know,
and you're like, oh, for sure, that one's getting the part, not me.
Absolutely.
Oh
I was just happy to be there. It was such an amazing experience. Just in that in itself.
You know what though, what I've heard from other actors is they go in, they actually don't get the role, but they actually liked them, just not for that role, but it was a great thing they went in.
Absolutely.
Because they got something else from it.
Absolutely.
That's, you never
that was
know.
my thinking in all of it and how I was feeling like, hey, I've made it this far. You know, a chemistry read for a Ryan Murphy television show, people are gonna hear about that. So I felt like I was in a pretty safe space.
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe my dreams would come true if it wasn't this project, but
out in that hallway, you're like, I hope they all choke. It's like, this is my
your
day.
words, not mine. Yeah.
But everyone is now saying how much you look like JFK Jr., obviously. So, like, have you received that compliment in your life? It's a compliment.
Thank
Have you
you.
received that in your life
I
before
had
this?
before, yeah. I used to model, and I was working with Brooks Brothers, and they would,
Yeah.
do me up. And I got that a lot in my early career, that I
Yeah.
looked like a young John Jr. And I was like, okay, well, sure.
How can that help me?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you end up playing it.
Yeah, 10 years later,
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Did you enjoy the whole process? Was it everything you thought? Like, this is a huge move.
Yeah, it's a huge move. I enjoyed everything, every minute. I mean,
Yeah.
I have wonderful cast partners. Being the center of attention, it took a little getting used to, but you're just thrown into it, and
You'll
have
get used to it.
support. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I just had this wonderful support system from everybody, and everybody's such a professional and gave everything they had to it.
Yeah.
And the whole production was lightning in a bottle, really.
Yeah. Oh, the cast is great. Everybody's
Yeah.
great. We are back with Naomi Watts and Paul Anthony Kelly. They star in Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. The series chronicles the whirlwind courtship and marriage of John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. It was created by my next guest. He's a writer and actor, as well as an executive producer on this project. Please welcome Connor Hines. Welcome to, I love your outfit.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, looking so sharp.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna start with this. I heard that you've been obsessed with the Kennedys for like a while.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I have been. I come from two very large Irish Catholic families right outside of Boston. So,
Yeah.
there's a very special affinity for the Kennedy family. So I had just read so many books about them, dating back to the patriarch. And then I remember getting to read about John and Carolyn, and I remember just making like a little bucket list in my notes on my phone, being like, if I could do anything, it's a limited series about the two of them. And then like 2 months later, Ryan Murphy announced that he was doing the show. And then I, politely stalked him until he...
Yeah, and I hunted him down.
Yes.
That's amazing. So wait, what did you love about how Connor told the story?
He just humanizes the two of them. It just brings it down to a reality we can all digest and also, live with. They're not on such a pedestal.
Yeah.
It was incredible. He's got a real way with words, this one.
Yeah, you do. What did you love?
Yeah, I would have said exactly the same thing. Just so much humanity, and this is a love story that we all wish had a better ending, and so. And we remember. I mean, I didn't grow up in America, so I really am just. I have the images in my mind. So to get to know these people, who they were, and with their flaws and with their lovely, delicious quirks and things as well, it's just a wonderful story to get lost in, and it's very, very addictive.
Yeah, which is always good for TV.
Yes.
So wait, so what surprised you though? You said you knew a lot like going in, but what surprised you like about these characters and kind of developing this?
I mean, I think the most interesting thing to me was that there was the public persona and the narratives about them, but then when I was researching about them, I felt like there was such a contrast, especially somebody like Carolyn who, didn't necessarily welcome the limelight, and so she was perceived as being very guarded and withdrawn, but then when you read about her, all of her friends described her as being so warm and vivacious and animated. And I just thought there was such an opportunity to humanize these people that were just only kind of known as celebrities and personas. And I think there's an idea that when you marry somebody of a high profile, that you're interested in the celebrity or that you're welcoming it. And I think she was somebody that loved him so much that she married him in spite of everything that he came with in terms of the attention. And I don't think a lot of people know that about her.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you see in Paul and Naomi when you were thinking about, this whole story and who was going to play these characters? What did you think about them?
Well, as Naomi said, Ryan and Naomi have worked together several times over. And so I really didn't know who he had in mind at first to play her.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Naomi Watts, I was like, she'll do. Yeah.
You know what? I've heard of her.
Thinking,
Heard of her.
I was like, but obviously she'll audition several times. No, I was just sort of like, 7 years ago, I was, catering the opening of a mattress company. So you tell me Naomi Watts is going to be in the show, and not only that, but play Jackie Kennedy. It's like, it's such a pinch me moment. And then when Paul walked into the room, I think it was immediate. I mean, like he said, he was sitting in a lobby with 5 other John F. Kennedy Jr. lookalikes, which is probably an eerie experience. But I honestly think as soon as Sarah and Paul saw each other, we all knew that this is what we'd been waiting for. And I think we saw over 1,000 actors for John.
Yeah.
So for him to come in and land that part, it's pretty monumental.
No pressure after getting that role.
Nope.
I mean, I remember being like, we're just looking for a guy that looks like a movie star but could also run for president. Like, why can't we find him? It was a tall bar, and Paul exceeded it and then some, and his performance in the show it's unbelievable. So.
Unbelievable. Well, great job, all of you. It's incredible.